In order to use Maintenance Book, it needs to be customized to your organization. First, let's log in, if you're not already logged in. Go to www.kerbertech.com/maintenancebook or just kerbertech.com/mb and log in. Once you log in, if you're not already in Maintenance Book, click the link in the header for Maintenance Book. You first need to define your equipment types, equipment, repair types, and service types. First, let's cover some definitions. Equipment means any individual vehicle or piece of equipment that might require maintenance. It's the item on which maintenance is performed, like a particular car or a specific machine. A piece of equipment might even represent a component of a larger machine. It all depends on how you think about and organize your maintenance. Service means preventive maintenance. It's maintenance or maybe just an inspection that's planned and happens on a recurring basis. For example, every 3,000 miles, or every 100 days, or every 250 hours of use. A repair is any other maintenance that's done as necessary, not on any set schedule, like fixing something when it breaks. Equipment types, service types, and repair types, as the names imply, distinguish between the different kinds of equipment, services, and repairs that are important to your organization. If you want to easily distinguish between two different kinds of repair, for example, make sure there are two different repair types to represent them. Repair types are usually defined by the systems of the equipment being repaired. For example, let's say you're repairing a car. Repairs related to cars include brake jobs, body work, electrical, interior, engine, suspension, transmission. These are all good examples of repair types. You can make these as granular as you want, but it's best to keep it simple. And you don't need to think of these all up front. You can just define them as you need them. Service types are defined by their recurrence. If you have something that needs to be done every 30 days and something else that needs to happen every 90 days, those would be two different service types. When defining your equipment types, you'll want to define as many as you need, but as few as you can get by with. Two pieces of equipment need to be of two different equipment types if there are any repair or service types that pertain to one, but not the other. Some examples of different equipment types might be electric press and hydraulic press, if they have different maintenance requirements, compressor, truck, and forklift. I'll pretend I'm configuring Maintenance Book for an excavating company. They'll have equipment types like skid loader, pickup, dozer, grader, dump truck, trailer, and excavator. You basically define different equipment types for equipment that has different systems and maintenance requirements. In order to configure Maintenance Book, you'll need to be logged in as a Maintenance Book administrator, which I am. To set up an equipment type in Maintenance Book, just go to the Equipment Types tab. Click Add an Equipment Type, give it a name, and click Create. And that's it. To start with, create the ones you know you'll use. You can create more later. So I have one for pickup, and I'll create one more for trailer. And you might have different kinds of trailers with different maintenance requirements. You could call them trailer type 1 and trailer type 2. Or, box trailer and lowboy. Whatever you want. Whatever makes the most sense for your business. When you configure your repair types and service types, you specify all the equipment types that they apply to. For repair types, this is pretty straightforward. Go to Repair Types and click Add Repair Type. Give it a name. And then select the equipment types it pertains to. Click the arrow to apply them, and click Save. The table will show you which repair types correspond to which equipment types. Let's create a couple more while we're at it. For service types, it works basically the same way. You give it a name, pick the equipment types it applies to, but you also need to specify the recurrence. And then with service types, there's an extra optional step. You can create a checklist of items or tasks to be performed as part of that service. And these can be different for the different types of equipment. Just like you pick the equipment types that the service type should apply to overall, you pick the equipment types for the individual tasks, and you can see that the list is restricted to the ones for this specific service type. So let's create another service type. This time we'll set up some tasks. So you can have two different types of equipment that both need to be serviced every 90 days, but you can indicate a different set of tasks to be performed based on the type of equipment. You might have 3 tasks out of 5 that apply to both equipment types, 1 that applies to only one, and 1 that applies only to the other. And that's how you configure Maintenance Book for your business. Now you're ready to set up your equipment records and track your maintenance.